Hello guys, it's Tom from TrainSim TV. Hope everybody's well and thank you very much for joining us once again. Today we will be doing a in-development video on the Northern Line's electric route. I know a lot of people have been following me on this during my streams, and I thought about time that would give it an actual run with a scenario for a video. Please do note that the route is still in work in progress. A lot of the line side foliage is still to be done between the areas of around Kirkham to Preston. The overhead wiring is more or less finished. There's a few little bits and pieces missing on the Series 1 side, but other than that, it's virtually all there. Signalling is complete, bar one or two little niggles, one being at Blackpool, which we'll see in a minute. And there might be one signal hiding somewhere near Preston, I'm not too sure, but this is just to show you what's been going on, and if you haven't seen it at all yet. So the Northern Lines electric version is it's a clone of the original Northern Lines, which I made and released via Vulcan Productions a couple of years ago. As I say, this is a clone, so the route scenery is virtually the same away from the track. It's all the line side stuff that's changing, such as the new signalling, overhead wiring, and the new track layouts. New track layouts being at Blackpool North, slight change at Polton, where they've taken the Diamond crossover out to the Fleetwood branch, and at Kirkham and Wesham, where there's been an extra platform added. Please note that the platform at Kirkham is still to be worked on. There's going to be a new lift shaft and footbridge made for that section. Polton itself, not too sure if that's going to get anything new yet. We've done some research work. It just depends if we can get any models sorted for that area. Blackpool North has a new custom platform, which is still work in progress. There's still a few changes to be done with it, but it's virtually, as you can see, in place. These ends have to come off because there are actually no slopes there in real life. They're like this platform here, and just needs slightly lengthening a little bit more on this end. This is a scenario which will be provided with the route, and it's on the new AP Class 37. This is the Volume 1 pack, which got released about, I can't remember what day it was released now. Was it Saturday, wasn't it? Just gone. So, we're going to get ourselves going, and we are doing 1 Quebec 83, which is Blackpool North to Derby RTC, which is the Network Rail Centre at Derby. We're going to be running as far as the res platform at Preston. Just going to get our cabs set up. We'll put the AWS switch on. Going to put the key in. We're on the standard refurbished cab with the GSMR. We're in Colas livery. We've got 421 on the front, and we have 521 on the rear. This is an actual working with the correct stock. Well, locos. There's a slight change with the stock because we haven't got any Mark 1s that are up to scratch and standard. So I've just I've compensated with another Mark 2. I'm just going to set the GSMR up. So we are 1Q83. I'm just going to put 123 because the signal number is it's a 4-digit number, so we can't get the full one in anyway. Set our lights up now, so we've got the route indicator, take the tail lamps off, instrument lights need to be on, and then the headlamp is here. Open windows. We are due out of here in a moment as well. We'll leave here at 14 past. Speaking of the signal that has the issue around here, it approves us, but I know what the problem is because if you look on the HUD there's a double signal in there, there's one hiding, so I just need to resort that out. It's literally a 2-minute job. So I need to chop a piece of track out and replace it. So our cab is set up, we are good to go. So we need to take the locking pin out of the brake, so you press R and then just going to let it build up. I'm just going to take a bit of power. I'm going to put it onto full clag and traction motor as well. So yeah, plenty of detail on with the wiring. There's still little bits and pieces to be finished off, such as the return wires further down the line, but most of it's in place this end now. And a massive thanks to Speedy Pete for creating these for us. This is our other signal that's causing a few problems at the minute. Onwards from here, everything works fine. But as it says, it's approved, we can pass through. Love that wobble. You really feel like you actually are driving a real 37. Just passing over Devonshire Road. Approaching Leighton Station. Not much has changed here really, just a few tweaks to the footbridges just to raise them up a bit, just to allow for the overheads to pass through. Another new thing is the VP grass, which has been using on the line side throughout. New signals, which are these we're passing now, which are the ones that come with Just Train's Oxford to Bicester route. They should be within your common library anyway now. I'm just approaching Colton level crossing. Still trying to master these brakes at the minute. They're a little bit different from the old 37 which we're used to. Just trying to make sure I get them right. Just about right at 35 there now. So we're on the approach into Poulton now. Here you can see on the left used to be a spur off which used to go towards the Fleetwood branch. Used to be an old platform down there as well, many years ago before the beaching cuts. It's 35 down this little section, and it picks up back to 50 as we approach the station at the front of the station. And it goes back up to, we're on a freight side of things this time, so it'll be 60 miles per hour to Kirkham, I think it is. I think it's 60, it's either 60 or 65. As you can see, there's a few masts missing here and a few wires. These are where the Series 1s would be. There's 319 passing. $60 for us down this section. One thing I do like with this 37 is that it holds the speed very well. Other work to be done on this is the line side and all the paint terrain to be redone yet. We scrapped the original UK Train Sim version, so we've made it back to a default green land, and we're going to use the West Coast Trent Valley textures now. We'll bring it right up to scratch. As you can see there with the grass as well, the grass is all in. We're just going to add some extra variant with bits of bushes and stuff throughout the line. That's our next thing to do. Once we've done the full, or when I've done the full run of the grass all the way through the route to Preston. Another big change is this next section. Used to be a little crossing here for vehicle access and stuff. That's been taken out and it's now just a footbridge. The actual wooden crossing is still in there, but it's all fenced off now, as you can see. A few more bits of overhead missing here at the minute. These are where the Series 1 is going to go. We have a massive solar farm as well that's appeared in the more recent times, so we've added all that in as well. There's a lot of them as well, I've got to say. There's all this down here, and they go all the way over there. It took ages to add in that. We're near Wheaton now. And then we're just going to cross under the M55 motorway, which runs to Blackpool and back down to Preston. the line side grass virtually runs just a little bit further up here. This is another foot crossing that got took out, and it's now a footbridge. And there's an actual work site here with all these excavators and stuff. This is where the actual grass ends at the minute. I can't quite tell if the tail lamps are on or off on this. Not very bright. Not too sure. I'm just on the approach to Kirkham now. And the line from Blackpool South joins us on the right hand side here. Once this section of the route is finished, I do aim to do the Blackpool South branch as well. It's been long waited. We've even got the off banners in there as well now, the off indicators. This platform's still work in progress, please remember. We are in a 65-mile-an-hour limit as well now. We join that section just after the platform at Kirkham. So as you go through the signal at the end of the platform, it changes to 65, or it's 75 for normal DMU services and Pendos, 319s. We get around this bend just a little bit further at Solwick station. A few changes need to be done here yet, which is the road bridge and the platform ramp. Need to raise them up due to the overheads not clearing the bridge. I've just not brought myself around to doing such a task yet. I think it's the only one bridge really that I've had to do a substantial amount of work on. I had to slightly raise the one at Garstang Road, which is just after Holton. That wasn't really that bad, to be honest. It was only by a few inches. This one needs really majorly raising up. big change that's happened to Solwick is that the old sidings that were in, they've all been taken out now. They got removed when they did the upgrade. It just needs foliaging over, and it's just like really low grass there now, and weeds really. That's what they are. There's a few signposts that are hanging around. I never noticed them before. They'll get removed. They've been there since V1 release. Just never noticed because there's been that much grass around on the track. Never get bored of that. Never ever. Another little feature, it's a bit like the Class 205, is where you can remove the flies off the windscreen that get splattered on. Some won't get removed because they've passed the wiper, but it's a cool little feature that. So as you travel along, the longer the distance, the more you'll pick up. Just passing under Darkerton Lane there. There was a slight little bit of lag on this section loading up the route because there's so many routes and so much scenery going on in one tile. There's no way of really cutting it out. We've got 1, 2, 3. There's 4 lines with all sorts of stuff going on in this one tile, so might be able to still cut some of the 3D trees down. I'm gonna have a look at that before release. The beauty of using the VP grass means that's not as many requirements needed in the asset count. It all runs on asset block, so it doesn't use as much. Always takes me a minute to load up the scenery here as well because there's so much going on. I'm just going to slow it down. It's 35. It's 55 into 35. It's 35 for freight and diesel locos from here on. So it's 55 here for DMUs and passenger stuff, and it then goes to 35 on the viaduct at Maudlands for everything. St Walburga's church is in the distance there. The other hidden signals just hiding around here. Again, it's a slight bit of track chop out I need to do and lay a little section again. It thinks there's a signal here, but there's actually not. just going to slow it down a little bit more now to 20. I'm going to be crossing over to go towards the res platform. I need to still add a few more 20-mile-an-hour boards around these crossovers. And here's where we join our normal overhead wiring as well, which was originally existing Mark III. All the overhead wiring around this section of the route was done by the amazing, talented Joe Burgess. Joe's known for doing other bits and pieces of overhead wiring works along different routes. He's done some on the Harrogate Loop York upcoming update, which is still a work in progress at the moment. He's also doing the North London revamped route, which will be getting released via Vulcan Productions when complete, which is still coming on quite nicely. And other various bits he's done. I think he did Liverpool to Manchester as well, if I can rightly remember, which is on the workshop. And we're just arriving at Preston res platform now. This is the Royal Mile siding. We'll be doing more of these development videos for this route as well as the route progresses and comes closer towards its completion. Do hope you guys have actually enjoyed this. Again, thank you very much for watching. You can catch myself on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrainSimTV_Tom. You can also catch Mark Walker at TrainSimTV_Mark. Please do give us a follow, come and watch. Tom, myself, is live on a Wednesday from 7:30 and 7 PM on a Friday, UK time. Mark streams here and there as well. He does a lot more video inside of things rather than streaming, other than doing like the Churn Valley Galas and everything else like that they do. Do give us a watch on the YouTube as well. Come and see some of our videos, and thank you very much, guys. Catch you again soon.